welcome to an all-new GTTV. I'm Jeff Keeley. This week, coming to you from beautiful Park City, Utah, where behind me we have some snow-capped mountains, which you will see in Skyrim, the brand new Elder Scrolls, which is coming out later this year. And right now I'm here with Todd Howard to tell us about Skyrim. Todd, you guys unveiled this title at the VGAs last year. It's coming out on 11/11, and the fans have been waiting for this for so many years. What do you think is unique about Skyrim compared to the previous Elder Scrolls games?
I think overall the tone of it, even though we're doing a traditional or classic fantasy game, Skyrim, the province of the Nords, it's more rugged. It has snowy mountains, it has tundra, so just the whole flavor of the world. It's something that you, at first, feels like, okay, I can wrap my hands around this, but then as you get into it, it has this unique culture, and then the history of the Nords of Skyrim, along with dragons, really makes it something that we've wanted to do in a fantasy game, not just create, but play, have these epic battles against dragons using their language. So from a visual standpoint, it's unique, and then from a gameplay standpoint with the dragons, it's really something cool.
And it looks amazing. Your games have always been great to play. I think fans have always, imagined the world being even better than it looks sort of on the screen. And now this game, the visuals feel like they're cutting edge. Was that really important for you guys to push the look of the game?
It was. When we do an Elder Scrolls, we like to start over. We actually considered, well, maybe we should wait for the next console cycle. But we felt coming off of Fallout 3, we had this laundry list of things that we knew we could still do in the hardware. So we kind of started fresh, rewrote the renderer, shadows, AI, interface, scripting, pretty much rewrote all the major systems. And we find the amount of detail we're able to put on the screen now, it's pretty amazing, more so than we could ever do with Oblivion or Fallout 3.
Now, Oblivion is known as, a role-playing game. The whole Elder Scrolls series is role-playing, but now it feels like so many role-playing games are moving more towards action titles and more accessibility. And RPG is sometimes seen as a word you don't want to use because it's it's inaccessible. How are you sort of blending action and RPG together to make this game really playable?
I think the Elder Scrolls has, to some extent, has always done that. Right. Where it's first person, you're in control of your character. So just by the nature of the graphics and it being first person, we find we get a pretty big audience that looks at it and says, that's the kind of thing I'd want to play. So we don't have to water it down in any way. We just want to make sure you're in control of what you're doing, even though you have these stats. What's cool now is it really plays off what you're actually doing. It goes by, what do you put in your hands? Magic in this hand, sword in this hand, dual magic, shield and sword, two-handed weapon. So it really rewards you for what kind of play style you're using to get ahead in the game.
Now, this game, as you mentioned, will have dragons in it. That's confirmed,
absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, do we know what kind of dragons or types of dragons we're going to see?
There's multiple types.
Okay.
And
fire-breathing?
Yeah, of course, you have your fire-breathing ones. But it's not just breathing fire and that kind of magic. It's, for dragons, it's their language. Okay. You think like in Dune, where Maudie becomes this word of power, it's like that. The dragon language has words of power, and you as the player can learn those.
You can chant almost for these dragons, right?
Yeah, you can, you use their language and you get in these kind of shout battles with dragons where they're breathing fire, something that you can eventually learn to do by learning those words of power.
You can breathe fire in this game?
You can. If you learn that, we call them shouts.
Right, okay.
And they each come with 3 words, and the more words you know of the shout, the bigger the shout you can do.
What is your favorite shout? Can you recite it for us? How's it go?
Well, the main one we use in the trailer is the unrelenting force, which pushes guys back, and it's Fus Roda. Those are the
Fus
3.
Roda.
And you got to yell it, and it stands for force, balance, push in the dragon language. And you can just use the first word, Fus, and not use as much of your power, but you don't knock guys around as much. But we have about maybe 24 shouts, ranging from things that make time slow down to whirlwind sprint.
Do you have an exclusive shout for us here today, Todd?
I don't. Sorry, that'll be coming. Next game.
The language is still being worked on. Now, these shouts, are you going to be able to shout them to your Connect if you want to? Fus Roda?
Not right now, no. But that idea has been tossed around. Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna learn these as you sort of work with these dragons. Now, do you ever befriend the dragons in this game, or is there a sense of tension? What is that relationship with the dragon?
That's part of the mystery, is they've returned. Dragons have been long lost to the Elder Scrolls. This is the first game we're really doing them. Right. And that's part of the mystery of the game, is why are they back? What does it have to do with you, the player who is Dragonborn? So I don't want to spoil all that, but they're not just, they come in many shapes and sizes.
Okay.
And some of them do talk. So
They do talk.
Yeah, some of them.
So
well,
wait.
again, that's their language. So
Do they?
yes.
They don't talk English though.
Some of them might.
They might. The
Yeah.
talking dragon, right?
Perhaps.
Now, did you have to do a lot of dragon research to get ready for this? There've been a lot of great dragon movies over the years.
A little bit,
Puff
yeah.
the Magic Dragon through.
Because they're
Dragon
used
Slayer?
so much in fantasy.
Yes.
You know, we want to pay off on your expectation for how they move and just the impact of having one land on the screen in front of you.
Right.
But also, we do want to make it our own. That's where the language comes into play. So, from Dragon Slayer, Reign of Fire, actually
yes.
is a movie that I think visually they move really well in. But yeah,
Panzer Dragoon.
You know what? I didn't look at that one. I forgot about that.
There's a lot
one.
of dragon flying in that, right?
Right, Lair, Sony's
Yes,
game.
Lair. That's
Yep.
true. Are we going to have playable dragons in this?
Where you can play a dragon?
Yes.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Never know. They do this.
This is the typical
those
Jeff
switch.
interview where you make up features and it's like either you guess them or I say no.
Yeah, exactly. We process full information, right? Bit by
So it's
bit.
either a letdown or you've guessed something I don't want anyone to know yet.
This is true.
Yeah.
You never know because if they can switch to the Arbiter in Halo, why
Right.
can't you switch to the dragon? Right?
That's true.
What won't be happening in this one? Right?
No,
Dragon
no.
DLC could be exciting. Right? Play the other
We'll
side.
think
of the
about
story.
DLC when we're done with this game.
So you do play the Dragonborn.
Right.
Now this game, a lot of the Elder Scrolls games start off with being in a prison. I mean, are you going to start off sort of in a prison and venturing out into the world?
It actually starts off with your execution.
Okay.
So you are in prison again.
Uh-huh.
And it's just kind of a tradition we have.
Right.
And we like it. We don't really want to say why you're in prison. We want you to sort of make up your own backstory. But it does start the same way, yeah.
And you're about to be executed.
Yes.
How do they execute you?
Well, you'll have to wait and see.
And hopefully they're not successful, right?
That would be an awkward beginning, yeah.
That would be tough, right? You die right off the beginning. So something must happen, and then you venture off into the
Right.
world. Now this is going to be a vast land, I'm sure. It's all focused up in Skyrim, though. I mean, you're not going to other parts of the land, right? Or Tamriel?
No, just the province of Skyrim. It's about the size. I mean, the landmass we have in the game is about the size of Oblivion, that game. The geography is a bit different in how you play it because of the mountains.
Right.
But we don't want it to be all mountains because that just feels kind of claustrophobic. So we do have wide open pine forests, fall forests, grassy tundra, volcanic tundra, icy areas. So
Kids and toboggans? No?
random
Not
spawn.
in Skyrim?
Yeah.
Random spawn NPCs.
Random
You never
spawn.
know, right?
Good
Fun.
loot. It's got
What's
the
going
yellow.
on?
It's got the yellow
Check
slab.
out Skyrim. Skyrim's coming out November 11th.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you should check it out.
All right.
From Bethesda. It looks just like this.